What's up guys, Trey here with ExtremeTerrain.com, and today we're diving into this Barricade HD spare tire mount for 2018 and newer Jeep Wrangler JLs, not including the 4xe. This is going to be a great solution for Jeep owners who have upgraded to larger tires and need a robust, adjustable mount that can accommodate the oversized spare. This spare tire mount is all about versatility and durability. It's designed to push the tire out and allow vertical adjustability, giving your oversized spare the clearance that it's going to need. Whether you're running a factory or aftermarket rear bumper, this is going to have you set up. The mount provides multiple positioning options, both out and up, allowing you to fine-tune the fitment of your tires all the way up to 37 inches. It also includes features to maintain factory functionality. There's a bracket and a cover for your factory reverse camera, along with an adjustable third brake light mount to keep your setup safe and legal. The mount is crafted from 5mm thick, hot-rolled carbon steel, ensuring it can handle the added weight of larger tires. It's finished in a wrinkle black powder coat, providing both rust resistance and a rugged appearance that complements other heavy-duty accessories on your Jeep. Built for strength and reliability, this Barricade spare tire mount is constructed from premium grade 5mm thick carbon steel. The thick plating delivers exceptional support for oversized spares, while the powder coated finish protects against corrosion, making it perfect for trail-ready Jeeps that see their fair share of rough terrain. As far as pricing goes on this, it's coming in right around that $300 price point. This makes it a pretty competitive option compared to full carrier and hinge kits. The install is going to be pretty straightforward. It only earns a 1 out of 3 wrenches on our difficulty meter, and you can expect to get the job done in only an hour. The kit includes all the necessary hardware such as new lug nuts and the reverse camera brackets, making the process as seamless as possible. Now, let's see how this goes on with an install video from one of our ExtremeTerrain.com customers.
All right, for this install, I'm going to use a variety of tools, including wrenches, both open-ended and socket, 10mm, 16mm, 17mm, 18mm, and 3/4 inch, supplied Allen wrench, a variety of Torx bits, T20, T25, T40, T50, and a small T9, trim removal tool, flat head screwdriver, and a small wrench and small Phillips head screwdriver.
All right, today we're going to be installing a Barricade HD spare tire mount on the back of a JL Series Wrangler. First step is to remove the spare tire. In this case, that's already been done because the new tires are on and it doesn't fit, which is why we're replacing it. To do that, you need a Torx 40. Take off the cover on the spare tire or on the camera. And 7/8 socket to remove the lug nuts. The kit comes with new lug nuts, so you won't be reusing these. Next, open the tailgate. And using a trim removal tool, we're going to pop off these black plastic covers. Once you get it started, it unsnaps pretty easy. Next, we need to disconnect these 3 wired connections. It may be easier to pop them out using your trim removal tool from the back of the tailgate for access. The white one, simply squeeze the tab and pull. The smaller black one, there's a red tab you need to pull up to allow the release from the bottom side. A small bladed regular screwdriver may help for access. And the large black one, again, you simply squeeze and pull. Tailgate back in the closed position. We're going to carefully remove this rubber grommet. Just work your fingers behind it and pry down. It should pull out. And then the wires that we just disconnected are going to slide out as well. Next step is to remove the 8 existing bolts holding the tire carrier on. We're going to reuse this hardware, so hang on to it. To do that, we'll need a 13mm socket. An extension for your socket wrench may make this easier. Next, using your trim removal tool, we're going to carefully remove the vent panels. Next, we're going to install the tire carrier base to the tire mount using 4 M12 by 1.75 by 440mm bolts and washers. To do this, you're going to need an 18mm socket.
The next step is to install the spare tire mount to the spare tire base using the 5 supplied M10 by 1.5 by 30 millimeter bolts, 10 M10 flat washers, and 5 M10 lock nuts. To do this, you're going to need a 17 millimeter socket for the lock nuts, 16 millimeter socket for the bolts, and an open-ended wrench and extension may come in handy. Simply slide the mount over the base. There's 2 holes on either side and 1 hole on the top. I would start by getting all of your bolts and lock nuts started before tightening down any of them. All of these assemblies are slotted, so depending on the size of your new spare tire, the setup offers plenty of adjustability. After you have all 5 bolts started, simply tighten them. To get to the back, you may find it easier to use an open-ended wrench. Next, we're going to remove the factory third brake light from the original bracket. There's 7 T25 Torx screws that need to be removed. Next, remove the plastic cover. And separate the wiring harness. Inside, you'll find two T20 Torx head screws. Remove these to remove the third brake light. You can separate the wiring harness from the brake light by squeezing and pulling. Next, we're going to install the third brake light bracket to the tailgate mount using two M10 by 1.5 by 30 millimeter bolts, washers, and lock nuts. The bracket you're looking for is the flush bracket with the narrower width. To do this, you'll need 10 millimeter socket, 10 millimeter wrench. Using a spacer to keep the bracket flush as I tighten the bolts. All right, the next step is to install the tire mount assembly on the Jeep using the original factory hardware, a 13 millimeter socket and wrench, and again, an extension may be handy. And again, I would get all your hardware started before tightening any of the bolts. this point, I'm going to step back and make sure everything looks square before I tighten the bolts. Need to tweak a little bit on this right side. That looks straight. Now we're just going to tighten everything up. All right, the next step is to install the third brake light bracket onto this bracket. I figured out though that I installed this upside down. The images in the pictures weren't super clear, so I'm going to turn that around quick using two 10mm wrench and socket and my extension. There we go. Definitely would have been easier to do this right the first time. But not so huge a mistake. All right, now on to the third brake-like bracket. We're going to use two supplied M6 by 1 by 20 millimeter Allen bolts, washers and lock nuts, and the included Allen wrench that came with the hardware kit, and a 10 millimeter wrench or socket. All right, this slides over. Two flat surfaces nest against each other. There's a fixed hole in each bracket and a slot in each bracket. We're going to stick the bolt through the fixed hole in one bracket and into the slot in the other bracket. This gives you adjustability depending on the size of your tire. Once we have both of those started, we're going to use our 10 millimeter wrench and our supplied Allen wrench and tighten those up. Took a quick measurement from the center line of my top two holes in my rim to the outer edge of my tire. And this is a little short in the lowest position, so I'm going to bump it up about an inch. Pretty easy adjustment, but probably easier to do before the tire's on. Do it. All right, next step is to reinstall the third brake light using the two T20 Torx bits screws that we got from the factory bracket. Little pins are locators that slide right in the hole on the new bracket with the connection plug in the center. When you're reinstalling these screws, remember that they thread into plastic and can strip easily, so don't over tighten them. All right, next we're going to remove the two T25 screws that are holding in the factory camera bracket. All right, press down on the lug nuts. All right, we're gonna pop the camera out of the carrier. The lug nuts in the bracket that they're mounted to have to come out as well. A little gentle persuasion might be required. To get the camera out of the factory mounting brackets, we're going to use a T9 Torx and remove the 3 bolts on the top. camera out of the bracket, we're going to squeeze the pink clip and pull off the connector. Then using your removal tool or a flat bladed screwdriver, we're going to pry this clip off for the harness. In a separate hardware bag, you'll have the new hardware to mount the camera to the new bracket. Lock washers, flat washers, and nuts. All right, using a small wrench and a small screwdriver, I'm going to carefully tighten these up. All right, next we're going to reattach our camera connection from the wiring harness. Simply clicks on. Our outer cover slides right over the top. Wiring harness feeds through the center. These slide right over the lug nuts. Grommet's going to feed back through the rear panel.
And the connection for the third light plugs in the back. All right, back on the inside. We'll pull our wires back through. And reconnect the 3 connections. And snap them back into place. And the smaller black one, don't forget to reattach or re-snap the red tab after you've inserted the plug. We're going to reinstall the plastic trim. Line up the clips with the holes, snap it in. And the same for the trim piece.
All right, that's gonna wrap up our review and install of the Barricade HD spare tire mount for the 2018 and newer Jeep Wrangler JL models, but not including that 4xe. And for all things Jeep, keep it right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.